figured I'd make a video of this. I'm working on the shop. I'm going to insulate this section of the wall. This is the section that had all the stuff that you'd see in the videos hanging behind me. Had the shelves. I just got all that ripped out. So I need to get that wire relocated so that the foam panels will lay flat against them 2x6s. But once that's done, it's just a matter of laying the foam panels up. And then we get to start rebuilding this with new shelving and everything. So I figured I'd kind of show you little clips along the process as we go. Alrighty. Well, I got these first 3 panels ready. It's like putting together a big old jigsaw puzzle, if you know what I mean. This is all used material, so we're just doing what we got to do, you know, to get her done. This is probably the worst wall in here. There's a little bit of an air gap at the bottom, and this is the wall that basically leaks the most out of them all because of that air gap. So I'm running the panel nice and tight to catch that air gap. Styrofoam, you know, this stuff's easy to work with. Well, there's the first 3. I have bigger ones. These are 2 foot. I have 4 footers too. This one's short. So I'll stick it here for now. Let me go see what I can find out here. Probably need a 4 footer plus a little slice. You should have seen that. So I went to grab another piece of foam, and the hornets built a nest in the foam. It's a big nest. It's not thick. It's like this big around. I lifted that up. I was like, what's that? Next thing I know, bees. Man, I just flew off running. Oh. So let me see here. I'm going to have to dispatch some bees without destroying my insulation. So, yeah. Let's see how this goes. Well, here she is. I'm putting the boxes, the electrical stuff back on. She ain't pretty by a long shot. You see here, I put rigged up a little patch there. I rigged up a patch here. I mean, these panels are all used. They were used in a building and pulled out, and now I'm putting it in my building. But I'm not complaining. It was all free, and I'm going to have the whole building done. I got just enough to do the whole building except for the 2 doors. So I got just enough to do that wall and this wall, and I think that'll be it. I might have enough to do one of the doors. We'll see, but I don't think I do. I just got to get these receptacles put back in right now. But after this, we got to get moved into building shelves and working on our organization here. And I want to try, I'm thinking about putting a bench in. Instead of using the current bench that we're using, putting in a workbench that goes along this wall. You know what I mean? So I'm considering doing that. We'll see how she goes. You know, the funny part is I think it took me 20 minutes to hang these panels. And I bet you I'm 3 hours into this project. That's a lot of work. I mean, I got stuff laying everywhere right here. Everywhere. I just pulled it out far enough that I could get back in here. But man, is this going to be a lot of work just to do this wall. This is probably the worst wall out of the whole room because of all the shelving that I got to do. You know what I mean? But it'll be nice once it's done. Well, I've done a bit more work since I've last showed you. So this is pretty much how ugly it's going to look, at least for a good while. I got some metal put up. I put this metal here just to help protect the wall, because that's that big pocket there, I'm gonna fill that with firewood. So, you know, that metal is just there to help protect the wall. I got that window set up so I can just chuck the firewood through the window. Got some shelves, you know, they're just basic, simple, you know. Just used whatever scrap wood I had laying around. Put something up for shelving. I'm gonna clean that stuff off there though. This is gonna be where all my parts are stored, lathe stuff, you know. Because the lathes, eventually we're gonna be putting in a workbench the whole way along here. And, you know, this part here is just gonna be temporary until I get that done. I'm more concerned about getting everything insulated. I still got this section of the wall to get done. Get it all organized. That chain you see hanging there, I'm probably gonna be throwing away half of it. You know, but I'm hoping to eventually get a workbench ran the whole way down from end to end, and then move the lathes here to where this bench is, you know, and then probably put in a man door here with my barn doors or some sort of a garage door there. I haven't got that far yet. The mess just keeps getting moved around. Right now, that's what my workbench looks like. It's a nightmare. But, you know, I move the mess around from spot to spot, and as I go, I organize, and slowly the mess dwindles. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do here. You can see the dome are sitting there, waiting to get some parts on that. 372, I told you I was going to do a 372. That's it there. That Craftsman, I need to get back onto that. I still need to get a carburetor for it. I'm converting it to alcohol, and whenever I did, it ended up throwing a burst of energy reverse up through the impulse and blew out the carburetor. It's because part of the reason is because the timing. So whenever I got that solved, we discovered that they put the flywheel on offset from the key and then just cranked her down and forced it on. So the timing on that thing was severely out of whack. I need to get all that done. But once I get a carburetor, I'll get back onto that. But that's where we're at. I just got to continue on down this wall and get that insulation up, and then get to my doors. So a little bit of work. I haven't been doing much saw work because of this. All my free time is going on into the building. So the saw stuff that you're seeing now is just, it's like chain stuff mostly, because the chain work is pretty much all I can do right now. But, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, just a little shop work. Probably going to try to start that next wall for next weekend, and then we'll be moving into doors. So I think this next section of wall will go up a lot faster. This took me, I probably got 8 to 10 hours in this stuff that you see already, just because of the clutter that was there that I had to move and everything. So, you know what I mean? Got to clean up your clutter at the same time. But I was expecting that, you know. This next section, though, I just literally just pull the chain off the walls and pull some stuff away and start throwing up the insulation. So it should go a lot faster, an hour or two, you know. And then I'm probably going to start picking up supplies for doors. I think what I'm going to do is that door there, I think I'm going to do barn door style. So we're going to start with that one, and then eventually I'll decide. What I'm going to do is wait and see how that turns out, and then then decide on the other side here. You know what I mean? I'm seriously considering the barn door setup because my ceiling height isn't very, very high. So to put an overhead in, it would have to be using that kind of track that's meant for low height, but just to get to the curve, you know how the door's got to come and curve down? Like I've only got like 6 inches of space that I could use to get that curve, and I'm just afraid it wouldn't work properly, you know? So it's basically barn door or a sliding type of door. And I'm leaning more towards the barn door style, where the two doors that swing out, you know what I mean? And they have a seam down the middle. That's kind of the way I'm leaning. That, and it's probably the cheapest method. I mean, it's just 2x4s and throw whatever up for the outside. So whenever I cut the metal out for that door there, I still have that metal. So it's literally just frame it up, put the metal back up on, you know what I mean? It's, what, 10 2x4s and a couple of hinges, and, you know, we'd have a door there. And then this other side, because it's the board and batten type wall, I could continue with the board and batten, or I could do something else to finish it. So I don't know. I haven't decided that one yet. I might just do metal for that front. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, hey, hope you enjoyed this little shop video. Working on the shop. That's all we're doing. And catch you in the next one. Later.